Hello guys, welcome back. I'm going to cover one more game. So this is round 5 of the Super Chess Classic tournament here in Romania. So far I hope you're enjoying in it, and like I said earlier in the previous video, Alireza Firouzja suffered an ankle injury, so a historical moment was seen in round 5 where Alireza played in a special room where with Giuoco Sindarov. The arbiter was also in the room, and the cameras, I'm going to show you a very nice picture so we can get in the mood. Here you can see Alireza lying in bed. It's because of his ankle. He got an ankle injury, and he can't move his leg. So his fighting spirit is just incredible. So truly a warrior. Let's see what happened in this game. So I'm not going to waste your time. We have let's analyze it, and let's see what happened. We have e4. Just a moment. We have e5 by Giuoco, and knight jumps to f3, knight to c6, and bishop goes to c4, knight to f6, and d3 now. We have bishop goes to c5, and c3. So we have, this is the Giuoco Piano game, the main line, the Giuoco Pianissimo variation. We have d6 now, closing the structure when the bishop is out of the pawn chain. We have castles and h6, preventing any white pieces coming to that g5 square. Rook to e1, and now if you guys are new to chess, and if black wants to go for this idea, it doesn't work. You just move the rook to e2 and everything is fine. So of course Giuoco knows this, so he castled the king side. We have developing the knight to d7, and we have now bishop goes one square back. He's expecting b4 idea from Firouzja. We have bishop to b3 and a5 now, stopping any b4 ideas in the future and making room for the bishop so you can maneuver it. We have knight to f1, maybe preparing to exchange those dark square bishop. And now bishop to e6, trying to exchange the light square bishops, but Firouzja declines with bishop to c2. We have, sorry, this is not the right knight. We have knight to d7 and now knight to g3. Maybe Firouzja is eyeing that f5 square with the knight, who knows. We have a rook to e8, and now striking in the center with d4, we have e takes on d4, and now not capturing with the pawn, but knight captures on d4, and we have knight from d to e5. And in this position here, Firouzja captured the bishop, which looks like a reasonable move, but we can explore one quick line what was the best try to keep the advantage for white. Knight from d to f5, and then we would see something like d5, trying to undermine this knight. E takes on d5, and now queen captures on d5. We have a trade of the queens. Queen captures, and bishop captures the queen. And bishop to e3. Bishop is nicely defended by the knight, so you need to trade this important bishop, which is very powerful. We have bishop captures, knight captures, and your bishop is attacked, so you need to move it. And at the end of the line, this would be perfectly equal for both sides, so it would be an interesting game. But we have knight takes on e6, and we have now f takes on e6. We have bishop to e3, challenging the b6 bishop, and now a trade. Bishop takes on e6, and rook captures on e3. Sorry, we have rook goes to f8, and as you can see, both players. Sorry about that. And as you can see, both players have got around 1 hour on the clock, so they are playing very quickly. So far we have queen goes to e2 and king goes to h8, and now rook to f1. You need to defend your f2 pawn. Maybe the idea is to push to f4. We have queen goes to g5, securing and guarding that f4 square, so now you cannot push the pawn. And now we have h3, making preventing knight jumping to that g4 square. We have a4 by Giuoco, and now b3 by Firouzja, 8x on b3 and 8x on b3. Sorry, what did I miss this? Bishop takes on b3. We have a rook from a to e8, and now the trade of the queens. Firouzja knows he's under serious pressure from Giuoco, so he wants to trade queens, and Giuoco accepts. We have queen takes, knight takes, and g6 now, challenging the knight. Knight retreats back to g3 and knight to d7. And we have knight to d7. The knight is trying to get in the game via c5, maybe. We have f4 pushing the pawn, and yeah, like we said, knight goes to c5, knight to e2, and we have king goes to g7. h4 preventing any g5 idea, and we have rook goes to a8. So if knight captures, pawn captures, the rook will infiltrate in the position and slice on this second rank. We have h5 trying to dislodge the pawn, and now pushing the pawn to g5. We have f5 trying to get that passed pawn. E takes on e5, and we have e takes on e5. And now knight captures this important bishop. A captures on b3, and rook from a to e8. Trying to trade off this rook. The king will stop both pawns. This pawn is not going anywhere, but the king will stop the f pawn. We have rook captures on e8 and rook captures on e8, and now knight to g3, defending both pawns, as you can see. And now knight to e5, a very nice move, as you can see. The evaluation is slightly better for black, but everything can still happen in this game. We have rook goes to a1, and now knight to g4, a very nice move by Giuoco, preventing king from escaping via the dark square, so the king needs one more move to escape. And now we have rook goes to a4, challenging the knight, and a very nice move, rook to e1, we check. The knight blocks, you got no other moves, so you need to block with the knight. And in this position, the best plan for black to do to keep the advantage is to play knight to e5. I'm going to show you this line because it's really spectacular, and if white wants to go after the pawns, you ignore this and you push g4. I'm going to give this move this amazing mark, and if white is greedy and he captures the pawn, you ignore this and you push the pawn to g3. The knight cannot capture the pawn because it's pinned, and if black captures the pawn with check, king goes to f6. And now if he goes back from to defend from the back rank, you play knight to g4. The idea of this move is that you're going to grab the piece, you're going to put some more pressure on the knight. And now if you just go after the knight and after the pawn, you play knight to e3. This knight cannot move, so the best thing for white to do is to capture the pawn, and now you just, you capture with the rook. This is with check, you cannot move, so you need to go to h2 square, and then you just defend the knight. This would be winning for Giuoco, but he missed this move, knight to e5, and instead he played knight to f6, which is a mistake. And here Alireza went for the pawns with rook to a7, and now rook goes to c1, going after the c3 pawn. We have Alireza captured, but and Giuoco captured on c3, and now king goes to f2, knight captures the h5 pawn, and knight to e3, getting the knight in the game, and now some nice moves by Giuoco. Knight goes to f6, controlling those light squares, as you can see. King goes to e2, trying to get to that rook. The b7 rook is nicely defending the pawn, so everything is nicely placed. We have h5 pushing the pawn and trying to get that passed pawn. King goes to d2, attacking the rook, and knight to e4. This is a check. King goes to e2, and now here black should continue with knight to f6, but Giuoco made a mistake and he played rook to c1 and now b4. A very nice move by Alireza, and king goes to f6, eyeing that pawn if the knight moves, and we have king goes to d3, attacking the knight. King goes to e5, and now knight c4. This is with check. King goes to d5, and now some repeating. Knight to e3, king goes to e5, and knight to c4. This is with check. King goes to f4, and now rook captures the pawn on c7 square. Rook d1, this is with check. King goes to c2, attacking the rook, and rook g1. Going after the g2 pawn, we have b5. Alireza is 3 squares away from promotion. Let's see what happens. We have rook captures on g2 and king goes to c1. Rook g3, going for that b3 square to eye that pawn, so that pawn will surely not promote to a queen. We have king goes to b2, stopping, and now you've got nothing better. The position is a draw with rook g2, king goes to a3, and rook g3, king goes to b3. You need to secure and guard that b3 square, and after rook to g3, rook g2, king a3, and rook g3, king goes to b2, and after rook to g2 on move 58, sorry, the players agreed to a draw because there is no defense and there is nothing to be done, and both of the players knew this, so they agreed to a draw. An amazing and historical game from a special room from Bet. A really fighting spirit from Alireza Firouzja, who played 5th game of the tournament. Yeah, really historical moment. I hope you enjoyed in this one. We will see you soon with the 6th game of the tournament. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing to my channel and like the video, and maybe share it if you enjoyed in the analysis. We'll see you soon with the next one. Have a good day, and goodbye.